I was like, where's my money? Where's my money? This is like where uh, you just rob someone. Whoa, look at me, yeah. Okay. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my second design session, and today we're going to make another dribble shot, and it's going to be about virtual run landing page. So I picked the topic because everyone stay at home due to the coronavirus. So instead of gather around to run together, people just stay at home and install the app and just do their own running everywhere and at any time that they want. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out yet. All I have is just an idea, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun session because we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff like 3D character animation and all of other stuff. So pretty excited about this, and let's get started. So let's talk about the idea. So I have to show it in this 3D environment. I think it's easier to explain. So what if we have a landing page, and the first thing you see is the key visual of a 3D man who is running, and he's gonna running in loop and staying in the same position the whole time. So just using some random figure here just to demonstrate it. And on his left it's gonna be some headlight and copy and CTA. And the cool thing is that when you start scrolling, this piece of content will just being pushed behind, and it will be replaces by the next piece of content. So we're gonna start something like this and start scrolling, and this go behind and the next one come up, and the same for the next, same for the next screen, something like this. And then we can have a very cool motion and transition between these screen, and this man will stay the same here, and we're trying to make it look we're gonna make it look cool. Yeah, that's this what I have in mind right now. So I think that's a very good start. So I started to bring up some visual reference that I want it to be. So I really like these Nike websites. Nike. Yeah, I'm not sure, but because it's clean, and actually in this one we can have still see the same kind of idea with the man's running man, and then very clean UI, very clean environments, very clean backgrounds, and this will be the hero of the page. So we gotta focus a lot on the motion of the man who's running. And same here. uh, I like that this color of the backgrounds is very dynamic. It could change, so maybe we can play around with different environments. So when the man's running in different times like morning, evening, night, we can have different color backgrounds. So I think it could be something really cool. And also for the style of the 3D models, I would love it to be something like this, because I don't want it to look like a too detailed person, because it's always gonna look kind of fake. So I want it to be something more stylized. So I think this could be very interesting for 3D models, and plus it's easy to do and to render. It doesn't take long to render because it doesn't have a lot of detail. But if you're playing around with the lighting and the materials right, it could look really cool. And so for example here, that the way that the shadows and the lightings casting through the character is look amazing. And the colors as well, I love these colors. It's really match up with this idea here. So I think this is a very good reference for us to move forward. So yeah, I think that's what we have. That's what we need to start doing the design. Um, Here we are in Cinema 4D. So as you can see here, I have this free model here. This is our guy. I think I'm quite happy with the way he's look. And the next step is to apply the animation, running animation to this guy. So I'm going to introduce to you guys a very interesting workflow to work with character animation, especially for this simple case like this. is to use this website, which is mixamo.com. This is from Adobe. So basically, this website is going to give you the ability to import your 3D models and apply the motion, apply the animation from their library to your model, and as an export to export back to the 3D file. So basically, you can use it for many purposes. So I find it's very easy for even for like people who less experience in character animation can totally nail it. So let's try it out. So all you have to do is click here, and it will take you to this view where you can have a lot of characters here, and you can also play around with the animation. So they have a library of a lot of animation, so you can just try it out. You can have this guys. It's like, oh, what happened? Oh, it's like he's waking up. Let's see this. It's like dancing. Oh my god, this is so weird. Let's see. Maybe this might have a different character. Let's see. This guy's use character. Okay, so we have a monster. It's like belly dancing. Oh my god, this is so fun. Let's see. So what we're looking for is a run. It's any run. It's like, what the hell is this? I was like, he's running and holding a baby, and it's like, oh my god, it's like, whoa, look at me, look at me. It's like, and what is this? He's like trying to hit someone with his hand. What is that? Whoa, look at that. So cool. But I don't think that he's the one who can nail it, because it's like a true shot. And here you can totally like, there's some, you can adjust the animation the way that you want. Maybe it's a little bit slower. And even this arm space, yeah, this is more masculine. So this is like a female version, like, and he's like, whoa, look at me, yeah. Okay. This is like, ooh, cool, very cool. So yeah, sorry, just to get a little bit distracted. So let's get back to our character. So we don't want this character, we want our own character. So what we need to do is upload this, click here to upload the character. And in order to upload it, it's only support these formats. So I need to export this to object. What is it? Option? Oh, this is my object. I went ahead here, so replace it. Okay, go back to this and select a file object, and wait for it to process the character. And here we are. So we have this character here. So it's look a little bit different from what we see in here, because it's not a problem, because here I removed the font shading. So if you add this font shading here, you can look smooth like this. This is not what I want it to be, so I remove it, and somehow it put the font shading here, so it doesn't matter, we're gonna remove it later. So next, so this step you're gonna need, all you have to do is just to define some key position of the character. It's like chin, you put the chin here, wrist should be here, yeah, elbows, yeah, knees, groin. What's it? Oh my god, I have no idea what these words mean. But okay, next, and waiting for it to process. Can take up to 2 minutes. Alright, so we have this character here is ready to be animated. Let's click on next. Okay. Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Cool, right? Now we can play around with this. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm the total one. So let's find a normal running pose. I think this one is a little bit. I don't know. He doesn't look like he enjoying the run. Was it? It's like, oh my god, this is like moonwalking. It's not in a cool way. And what the hell is it? I was like, is it? Where's my money? Where's my money? Um, is this? No. This is like where uh, you just rob someone, or you just do something really bad and trying to get away with it. Alright, I just found out that we can actually, do some adjustment to the running style, so we can get to the kind of motion that we wanted. So I just played around with this setting and kind of come up with this. And one more thing that you can click here to keep the models stay in place. So this is exactly what I want it to be like. This kind of motion. I think it's look pretty good. It's like a little bit slow-mo, and you don't want it to be so fast, but maybe let's see if I can make the arms. No, this is just too much. Let's relax. Like this. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. And let's use this motion. So next step is to click here to download the file. So give you some option, or maybe let's go with MPX and skin. Yes. Keyframe reduction, no, keep it the same keyframe and get to 16. So the more keyframe we have, the smoother it's gonna be. Yeah, let's download it. So we have, now let's import this characters to Cinema 4D. Oh, sorry, it should be March. And this one. Okay. So as you can see here, we have this running. So it's already rigged and then it's animated. And here, as I mentioned earlier, all you need to do is remove the font shading, and we can get back to our original look and feel. Let's see. Alright, cool. I think it's really good. So I have this pretty model here ready to be rendered. So what I did is to give this a very simple material, nothing going on here, only the color diffuse is on. So I picked these colors, and also I have this scene set up with a camera. So it's a wide angle camera, 15 millimeters, so we can have this kind of a little bit more impactful view like this. So we have a little preview of this running man. I think this looks very good. And also I have the light. So the primary light is sunlight, which is this one. Give it this colors, and the second light is on the other side of this man, which is this light. So I want to create some kind of a more some extra ambient light on this side, because if I turn this off, we can only see the sunlight. So I think it's look okay, but the colors is not really not even like that nice. Yes, I want to give it some more color to casting on this models. So I want to create this. So when you turn this on, you feel that it's a little bit orange here, and it's more like a purples, pink on the shading. So it's look more dynamic, and and it's create some kind of a more interesting look and feel. So yeah, so if I turn this on and let's give this a test render to see how this look like. Maybe let's try to pick some nice posing. Yes, maybe like this, and renders. So I think, yeah, I think it look quite good, and all of the color and shading working pretty well here. But the only thing is missing is the shadows. Currently, I set up this render to be like a PNG, so that we can import into After Effects and composite with the other elements. But we're gonna need to have a shadow as well. So in order to have a shadow, we're gonna need to create a plane. So we have a plane here, and make sure that is right on his foot, and bring it to 2000, a little bigger. And what we're gonna do next is to create shaders, something called shadow catcher. So this thing is very simple. All you have to do is to drag this material to the plane, and it will cast all of the shadow, the casting on the plane. And when you render the PNGs, you're gonna see the shadows casting here. So let's give it a try. So here you cannot see it because we have to go to this alpha channel in order to see it, because here is almost like black and it's kind of matched its background. So gotta go. So you see that the shadow is casting here. So it's quite a kind of like a hard edge shadows. I think it's fine here. We're gonna need to adjust this a little bit in After Effects, but yeah, I think it's good enough for this for now. Alright, so here's the design that I came up with. So basically we have 3 screens, and each screen have different colors. So we can demonstrate transition between one to another screen with a very nice color transition. And for the first screen, it's very clean, simple, with the 3D man and the headline on the sides. For the second screen, I picked another piece of content just to demonstrate, some various layout treatment. One thing's here that these layers are not supposed to be in flat, because in sketch is not really convenient to make it in perspective view. But I'm gonna do it in After Effects later. So this one is supposed to be a little bit skew, right? Like a little bit in this perspective, so it kind of aligned to this 3D man here. And this layer, I just put it here a little bit offset to the actual content, because it's not supposed to be like this. In the 3D environment, it's going to be like a separate layers, and it's kind of pushed back a little bit behind this text. So if you see it in perspective, you're gonna see it's something like this. So I just leave this here as a reference for now, and we'll work on it on the motion later. And finally, the final screens, just the same, just trying to find different content to make the different. Anyway, so let's get to the motion. So here I have the render sequence, PNG sequence, integrated to After Effects, and I put the UI layer here. And so basically we have the design inside After Effects, and the next step is to start doing the motion. So let me just play the review of this man. No, too slow. Let me, yeah, I think it's looking pretty good, like sleek. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this kind of look and feel. So good, let's just continue with the motion for the UI and the transition between the screens. So I have two comp here. So I'm gonna put it here as a first headlight, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, so and what I'm going to do next is to make this feels like it's belong to this 3D environment, not just a flat element. And what I'm going to do is create cameras, maybe 35 is cool, and we can hit C on the keyboard to switch between these cameras control. So I'm going to rotate the camera a little bit. Oops, sorry, we need to enable this. Okay, cool, just enable this for the 3D layer, and there you go. I think this is it. So we just need to have like a very subtle perspective of the text. You don't need to be too extreme, otherwise it's gonna not affect the readability. So I'm gonna go with this. Let's try with this and see what happens if we do the transition between the first screen to the second screen. So maybe at first we're gonna leave this man running for like 2 seconds, and I'll start to animate this. So all you have to do is create a keyframe and then push this away from the camera and select the keyframe, give it some easing, and let's see, something like this could be interesting. Okay, so let's move this under the man so that it feels better. Okay, cool. So we just need to fade it out a little bit. The more it goes away, the more it is fading. So something like this. And the next step that I'm going to add is to duplicate this layer and swap this with this text too. Alright, so basically we have 2 layers here, so we don't need to have this keyframe. Let's remove this keyframe and point this layer to text 1 layer. So basically text 2 will follow the text 1, and no matter where text 1 goes, text 2 follow. Okay, like this, and let me just use the ruler to see where it's gonna go. Okay, now since we have a ruler, we can just put text 2 to come back here. Come on, come back here. Exactly to the point where actually if we just we need to maybe scale down a little bit. It's just quite too big. I don't know why. Scale a little bit and align it to the line. So we have something like this, and this something like this. So you get the idea here, but it's not there yet. We need to do something more to make it more interesting. So maybe because now we have this like fading out from here, so we don't need to see it like in the face. Just come like this. Let's see how it's gonna be. Something like this. Maybe let's just ease out the motion a little bit. It's quite intense, and I want it to be like very calm, very something like this. Interesting. Nice. These look good. Okay. So maybe what I'm thinking is that the text feels like, especially the second text coming in, feels like it's just one single layer, and I wanted to, I wanted to feel like more like a more complex poem. Not really complex, but it's more dynamic, more subtle motion or details going on here. So let's go inside the poem and give a bunch of try a bunch of motion here. So let me just open this effect. What is it? Effect control? No, presets. Yeah. Go to animation presets and text and animate in. Let's see what's interesting. Drop in character, maybe. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna work. Oh no, this is drop in, which is lame. Faded, maybe fade up character. Yeah, this is a little bit better, but let's see how this works. Let's go back to the main com here. So need to adjust the timing a little bit. Just drop it down and notice here something like this. Too slow. And go back to this. Nope. Just a little bit more timing. How it work? Maybe more. I wanted to kind of finish by the time that the layers stop, something like this, so that we can have a clean motion. One of the key things about doing the motion is that we only want to focus on a particular motion, but the motion has to have purpose. You don't want to overdo it to make motion everywhere, so it's kind of get very distracting. So here I want to make a motion very clean, that it's only happen when the whole thing is changes from our screen, so that we don't get distracted. I think this looks better. Let's go a little bit more. Yeah, maybe something like this. Just try one more time to see if it's better. Yeah, maybe let's keep this for now. And the other thing I would like to do is to make this animate in, so that it feels like there are different layers, not just one single layer. And maybe it is coming from the bottoms. And give it a little bit of this. And also go to opacity and give it zeros, and we're gonna have something like this. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of offset delay for the second layer and more delay for the third layer, so that we can have this something like this. It's more dynamic motion. So let's see how it's gonna look like here. Something like this. Maybe let's try it. Push it back a little bit. Maybe more. Yeah. Cool. That's cool. One of the things is maybe this is too far away. Where is it? Oh my god, it's too far away, so that's why it feels too intense. Let me go to the top camera to see what is here. Okay, so it's here. So maybe let me just do something like this. Okay, so give it a keyframe. So just move it back a little bit, so things will feel a little bit softer. Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, it's better like this. All right, I think let's keep it for now. What I would do next is also create a fade out motion for the first text, to give it some more justice, you know. So let me go to texture and copy this animation and select text one. Maybe give it a white color so we can see it better. And okay, so just paste this here, and we need to reverse the keyframe, you know, because this is fading out. Oh, sorry. Reload the keyframe, so it's fading out, not fading in. So let's go back here. Okay. So I think that's it. Just need to make it a little bit faster. So scroll. Cool. Maybe let this fading out a little bit more. So what do we have? Something like this. All right, cool. I think let's go with this for now. And we have a pretty solid transition from this. Maybe just a little bit more. Also, I'll do this. I want this to fade out before the headline finishes. And give it a little delay, something like this. Okay. And okay, cool. So to finish the transition, you need to change the color of the background. I'll start it from here, and let me just take a keyframe here. Oh, sorry, not this. Colors. And here's how it stopped. And let's switch it to green. Maybe something like this. And small green here. Just a brighter screen. And maybe it's just easing, always easing. Good, honestly good. Look at that. So next step is to change the color of the man. Let's try this. Maybe let's try it. Usually we do something like this. And rotate the wheel so we can have this on green. Just saturation a little bit. Let's see how it goes. I think it's too bright. Let me give it yeah. So we have levels here already. So let me just reduce the level. It's just the level, so it's less bright. There you go. There you go. These colors matches more. It's a little bit darker, wouldn't hurt. Nope. Like this. Maybe still too bright. Or maybe just balance out like something like this. Oh, it's not here, it belongs here. Alright, let's see the transition. Cool. Okay, so next up is what we're missing is this little white box that I mentioned earlier. So let's just put it in. Let's create a white layer, maybe like this, and it should be white. Right, and leave the opacity maybe to 15. Want it to be really subtle, don't need to be super obvious, and bring it back behind the texture. Let me just increase a little bit so you can see it better, and enable the 3D layers and drag it to the point where it feels like it works. Let me turn the top on. Yeah, here's the layer, here's the text layer, and here's the box layer. Move it a little bit closer. Go back here, give it a little offsets. Get this one. So let's duplicate it to this and this. So basically we have something like this. So let's select the 3 layers and point it to text 1, so it will always follow text 1. And here we have this, something like this, and just animate the opacity so it shows up a little bit later. Alright, I think that's great. Alright, there you go. So the rest of the shot is just to finish the third screen with the same process. So I think I can stop the video here, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.